The speed on this is just reckless. My goodness. So on a long distance trip, right? Which would you prefer? Holy smokes. I would prefer this over the V13 any day. Oh, for a long distance? Absolutely. Not just because of the range, because the V13 does not compare at all where range is concerned. But in terms of just ride feel, I'm sorry. The goat, man. The goat. Welcome back to the channel, guys. It's dark. I set the ISO to a high ISO. But I was shooting all day for the V13. Woohoo! Yes! Woo! Yeah! In motion! Yeah! And I got tired, passed out. So now I'm left with a night ride for you guys. So let's go and do a little night riding with the Master Pro. So far so good. I'm gonna try going somewhere I've never gone before with wheels. No handle feels funny. The pads are feeling very flimsy, because there's not enough surface area to stick it to. Wheel is fast though. Woo! My gosh. I keep getting a safety margin warning from the EUC World app. I'm gonna change that up a little bit. Oh my gosh, this wheel is a lot of fun. That's for sure. Holy smokes. I would change the pedal setup though, for sure. It's too flat for me. Oh shit, wind, oh shit, whoa. That was crazy. Dude, the wind almost caught me, dude. What the hell? So that's one thing I'm noticing so far. That's the difference. The difference between the V13 and this particular wheel is that I'm able to handle high speeds a lot better with the V13, 100%. So far, you know, partly because this is not my setup. Oh my gosh, wind almost got me. Shit. Oh shit. Oh man, you see that? I just put the camera down and I almost lost it. Now I see what EUC Vibes was talking about when he said he had that weird rhythm. I got a weird rhythm. It's the wind, man. This is his setup. The pedals are too flat. It needs to be angled up a little bit, but I'll do that later. Holy smokes, dude. It's not even windy out. It's just me going very fast. The stick caught some crazy wind at an angle, so. Sitting is beautiful. Very, very comfortable for sure. But not having a handle is very interesting. Definitely need a handle. A lot of maneuverability here though. Woo! Man, that thing is easy to maneuver. Oh man. Woo! Definitely feel a lot more wind in the sky. Because I literally, oh, here goes the wind again. Shit! Yo, the wind is nuts. The wind you catch being up so high is crazy. Oh my gosh. The wind is nuts. I think it's because of the speed, dude. So far, this wheel is fun. That is the number one thing I can say about it. It's a ton of fun. Whereas the InMotion V13, it's also fun, but I have to work for that fun. This one, I don't have to work for the fun. It's just fun. So first impression, getting on was a lot easier than the V13. Very strange. Oh, it's a lot easier to maneuver than the V13. What the hell? What's going on here? What the frick is going on? I would never imagine this. What the frick? So far it's, wow. For such a big wheel, it is insanely manageable compared to the V13. I'm shocked right now. Now, there's some minor setups I need to do. For example, I need to adjust the pedal. I need to adjust the padding setup. I need to tilt back the wheel like 3 degrees. I need to get a handle if I can. That'd be great, because it's big, you know? And my pads that I had for the EXN, they're very stiff, you know what I mean? But they allow me the flexibility to take my leg out. This one does not, so I gotta work on that. Woo! Overall, holy moly. It does not feel like a big wheel, that is for sure. It does not feel like a big wheel at all, but it is, don't get me wrong. It is big. See, I can't even jump properly. Again, that's pad setup thing. Where's the main road? Is this the main road? Yep. Begode cannot be copied, dude. As powerful as the V13 is, there's just this missing ingredient that is unique to Begode. Shout out Begode. Oh shit. I went in between the train tracks. Woo boy. Man. Guys, when I woke up, I was so tired. But once I got on this wheel, dude, there's no more fatigue. I'm like, fine. I'm awake now. Oh, don't you just love EUCs? The life of EUCs, man. But I'll tell you what, the light on the V13 is a lot better. The light on this is not so great at all. That would have to change too. The V13 has some crazy light, dude. So I'm already seeing some minor quirks. If you look, if I move this cable, it tends to flicker. So this is not 100%. Welcome to Begode Life. You know, my next shirt is gonna be Begode Life, man. Begode Life. That's hilarious. Woo! What the frick, dude? So, oh my gosh. It doesn't, I don't even have to try, dude, to get it to go fast. What the frick? Of course, this is definitely a lot more enjoyable without the stick. But both wheels are cruisers though. But I could go off-roading with this one, absolutely. I'm encouraged to go off-roading with this. This thing just makes you want to keep riding forever. Never stop. Never stop riding, dude. Holy moly. This is, like I said, the V13 is nice, but you have to work for it, you know? I don't feel the weight of this machine one bit. Now I understand why you guys were like, the V13 is boring. I wouldn't say the V13 is boring, but It's definitely not as fun as this. Oh shit. Wrong way. See, without the handle, I can't stop as fast as I want to. This thing is reckless. Holy smokes. The speed on this is just reckless. My goodness. So on a long distance trip, right? Which would you prefer? Holy smokes. I would prefer this over the V13 any day. Oh, for a long distance? Absolutely. Not just because of the range, because the V13 does not compare at all where range is concerned. But in terms of just ride feel, I'm sorry. The goat, man. The goat. All smiles. All smiles for the goat. Oh my gosh. I just need to set this up for me, because there's some insecurities. I have some major insecurities right now. Like, I can't jump it on demand because the pads are not set up properly. Oh my gosh. Yeah, this is a big yo, I'm actually happy I experienced the V13 first, because this is like a breath of fresh air. I'm sorry In Motion, but you did great. In Motion is great, but this is superb. Look where I am, dude. I mean, damn, I'm freaking in Cambridge, and I went like, what the frick, man? Oh my gosh. All fun, and dude. What the frick? Definition of fun. If you look in the dictionary right now for the definition of fun, you'll see the goat next to it. That is for sure. No question. Man, the amount of wind I'm experiencing right now is just unbelievable. Not because it's windy out once again. It's just because it's going really fast right now. For no reason. Not even trying, dude. What the hell? Where are we going? I don't even know where I'm going. I'm just freaking riding. What? Pads feel beautiful though. These are Grizzler pads, but that gap needs to be fixed because it's coming off. Can't have pads coming off, dude. Oh, it's over there. Let's see what's over there. Nah, I want to go in the street still. I want to experience some high speeds. Let's go. Oh my gosh, I just got to worry about that wind and I'll be good. The goat. Yeah. Oh my gosh, there goes that wind again. Let me see if I give you guys a different view. Ugh. Where are you, Ustride? I don't know. I'm somewhere in Massachusetts. But I need a handle. It'll make it better with a handle. Woo! Rock your body, move your body, rock your body, move your body. Oh, I know where I am now. Holy smokes. I'm like freaking an alewife almost. What? How the frick did I get to? Wow. All right, we're gonna cut it short, go somewhere else. I'm gonna go to Harvard Square. Oh my gosh, dude. What the freak? Yeah. Wow. See, the challenge for InMotion is building a wheel that's fun. Because they're last mile wheels like the V8, the V11. These are fun wheels. They're very fun. But I think the difference between the V13 and all these other wheels is that the motor is insanely heavy. And I understand why they did that, for safety reasons, but you're gonna take away the fun. I guess for them, you know, can't speak in generalities here. For them, safety is number one, and safety seems to include a very heavy motor. If they can like figure that out, like manage to buy a Bigote and maybe break it down, buy a Bigote, break it down, and try to find out what they did, maybe that would help. But someone said it's Bigote's firmware that people can't copy, so I kind of agree with them, because these motors are not really hard to make, right, from an engineering perspective. The firmware is where it's at, dude. Holy smokes. I'm now in Harvard Square. I literally went around all of Boston, dude. You gotta be freaking kidding me. So this is Cambridge, guys. This is pretty much Harvard Square, MIT, all these places. People have fun here. I would not have come that far with the V13 so easily. This was like no big deal to come here with the Master Pro, dude. Are you kidding me? Like, that was no big deal. Sorry, lady. Shake Shack, no, I want a burrito. Burrito, please. So yeah, guys, if you come to Boston, maybe you could hang out here. It's a lot of fun. Where's my favorite place? Is it closed? Oh, it's closed. Oh my gosh. Wow. Guys, that was an amazing trip. Wow. I am I'm shocked right now. Like, I am totally 100% in total shock right now. And the main reason I'm in shock is because this is 105 pounds. The V13 is only 5 pounds heavier at 110 pounds. This is 4,500 watts motor. The V13 is 4,500 watt motor. The V13 is 3,024 watt hours. This is 4,800 watt hours. Now here's something very interesting. The V13 has 18,650 cells. This, I believe, has 21,700, right? Correct me if I'm wrong, but this is off the top of my dome. And the point is, there's more battery, there's more density, right? Whereas the V13 is pretty much the battery of an EXN. And this has always been, even like before the V13 came out, I spoke on the V13 and I said that you're getting a lot for very little. And I was right. That was not wrong. I was right about that. You are getting a lot of wheel, meaning not money-wise. Actually, yeah, money-wise too, but you're getting a lot of wheel in terms of real estate and cost for very little. Little in terms of performance, in terms of range, in terms of the overall experience, right? So that's still true, even after the V13 came out. Now, I'm giving them a massive pass. Personally, I'm giving V13 or InMotion a massive pass. And the reason I'm giving them a massive pass is because it's their first time in that space. And I can understand why they were scared, because, so after my discussion with the CEO, Bob Yen, what he did say is they were not trying to recreate the issues that they had with the V12, right? And so they had to really take a step back and ask themselves, how are we going to approach this? So I guess you got to look at it from that perspective, you know what I mean? Because again, this is not their field of performance. So So they had to take it a step back and just sit there and say, wait a minute, how can we build something that's insanely safe at speeds that we've never accomplished before, that we've never ventured into before, knowing the temperature of the market, in the sense that most people are performance freaks. You know what I mean? Most people that I know are performance freaks. I'm not saying everybody rides fast, but people do crazy stuff, dude. They torque hard, they go off-roading, they pull crazy wattage. You know what I mean? Like they probably took a picture, a snapshot of the entire market and said, holy smokes, how are we going to attack or approach this market with that in mind, considering that we've never done this before. And so that's the only justification I can come up with, is that they had to build a motor that was just insanely heavy, because their firmware compared to Begode just does not compare. You know what I mean? It doesn't compare at all. But putting all of that aside, because this morning I did do several speed runs in the tunnel in Boston, which I might do it tonight. I'm like so freaking tempted to take this thing to the tunnel right now. But damn, like, wow. This is the equivalent of the cutout tunnel in New York, but I'm the only one that's been in it, and hey, you gotta set trends, right? But I've been there with my scooter before. The top speed that's posted on that tunnel is 35 miles an hour, which is why I'm able to go there, which I feel, you know, which is where I got the confidence to go there. If it was like a highway thing, I wouldn't do it. But it's 35 miles an hour. That's the speed of a moped, and I've been there before. So, but I'm really tempted to take this thing in that direction. So another thing is, before I move on to this thing, is I'm trying to compare things here. This thing is crazy, okay? That's all I gotta say. This thing is nuts. But let me go back for a second. The tire that's on the V13 is unacceptable, I think, in my opinion. I think it's unacceptable. They should have had a street tire on there. In my opinion, they should have, because with the street tire, you get less resistance, right? So less rolling resistance, in my opinion. A lot of you might disagree. And you get a lot more maneuverability because there's less knobs, you know what I mean? Even though the knob on that V13 is good. The knob on the V13 is quite good, but it's just not as maneuverable as a rounded street tire. I mean, look at this street tire, you know what I mean? I mean, just take a look. Look at this street tire. I mean, this is a freaking great street tire, right? You have really deep grooves and a lot of, it's probably like 3 inches or so wide, but it's pretty good, you know what I mean? So, in my opinion, they should have had a street tire and not like an off-roading tire. It just doesn't make any sense to me. But I do like it. I'm not saying, like, you know, it's not terrible in performance, but it would be nice to have something that complements what it's for. It's a road-going wheel. Why would you not have a road-going tire? You know what I mean? Doesn't make any sense. But if you want to switch it out, go ahead and switch it out. It is not that difficult to do. It's actually very simple. And I don't know. I won't have this wheel for long, the V13 that is, or this wheel. So, wow, I'm trying to get in as much as I can before returning these things to their rightful owners. But so moving on to this right here, the Master Pro. I understand why it's called a Pro, man. Even if it didn't have that Pro title, this is a Pro wheel. This is insane. This is an insane wheel. And what's funny is the only thing that really distinguishes this from like an entry wheel or like a mid-level wheel is the weight. The weight goes all the way up, right? So when you come to a light and you try to hold the wheel with your legs, dude, if this is weak, it's gonna fall down. And yesterday, I went on several runs, right? I went with the V13, then I went with this. Dude, I like literally had like a 30-minute nap. And then toward the night, I was riding with traffic, came to a light, and this thing was so heavy. Like, it's heavy as it is. You don't feel it when you're riding, but when you after riding for a while, both V13 and this one, I came to a light, dude, the thing just fell. Like my leg was so tired, it just fell. I couldn't help it. So so that was kind of embarrassing, but it is what it is. Let me conclude here. I don't want to like keep chatting away, but as mentioned when I first started the video, is, you know, this is his setup, and the race we had, all right, in New Jersey, which I will put up for you guys to see a little bit of. I could see why he struggled. I could absolutely see why he struggled to race me, because these pads are not, there's not enough real estate to literally have them like secured enough. So if you look in part of the video, he was literally, his butt was all the way back, but his hands were forward. So that indicates that he didn't have enough like confidence to lean forward. You know what I mean? Obviously, I don't lean forward that hard, but I was definitely leaning a lot more than him, mostly with my instep, because I have a speed pad, not a torque pad. To me, basically a torque pad is like, you know, you have that top part of the pads where you can rest your shin on and then lean on it, you know what I mean, like push forward, and that's supposed to give you the leverage. But with a speed pad, there's less of the shin and more of the instep, so I was literally leaning into the instep. Another thing is, like, I noticed his came at 0 degrees, so it was very flat, and mine is like at 4 degrees. Why do I do 4 degrees? It sounds counterintuitive, right? The reason I do 4 degrees is so that I can lean as hard as I possibly can, right, with the speed pads. Because now, if it was at 0 degrees and I leaned really hard, the wheel's gonna be leaning forward anyway. You see what I'm saying? It's gonna be doing its own crazy forward tilt, and I'm not into that. Because if a cutout does happen, there will be no telegraph. It's just gonna happen. Whereas if it's back there, but with speed pads, it's just safe. It doesn't mean it can't cut out. It just means, like, you know, there's a lot of telegraphing going on before it happens. So it gives me a lot of confidence. but yeah, so the first thing I notice here is, number one, his pedals are too flat. It needs to be tilted up. There's no way you're gonna race with this setup. You gotta tilt it up a little bit. I have to switch this out completely, you know, replace this with the E-Rides Wolverine pedals because of the heel toe assist. Tilt it up, add more surfacing area, but this is not my wheel. I'm not gonna do all that. You know what? I'll take it back. I'm not gonna do all that because it's his wheel. I'm just gonna ride it a little bit, enjoy it. I might do it, I don't know. But if I were to get a wheel right now, it would be this one. Absolutely, dude. It's like magic. How the hell did Begode make such a massive wheel but doesn't feel so big? What the freak? And it's not like you're getting like a lot for little. Like I said with the V13, you're getting a lot for a lot. What you see is what you get. 4,800 watt hours is what it is, dude. That's insane. And for not being the biggest or heaviest motor in the market, you definitely feel the effects of it. And in that department, InMotion does not seem to compete. Now, if you want to do off-roading, maybe the InMotion might do better, but it wouldn't be fun to do it because it's a heavy freaking wheel. You know what I'm saying? So, my favorite part in this is the stand, though. The kickstand. It's not really a kickstand, but it's a, I don't know, pull-out stand, rest stand. But that's my favorite part on this wheel. The sitting is really good. I'm really surprised at Begode that they didn't add, you know, a handlebar, because to stop this thing, better padding obviously would assist with braking, but a handle would definitely help, like the V13. Man, I'm shocked right now. Like, I'm freaking on the other side of Boston, and it took me no time to get here. Whereas with the V13, I could do the same thing, but here's the disadvantage with the V13, riding so far, so hard. I think I rode, well, I'll put it up. All right, guys, so I went for a third run below 60%, and I was able to still push this wheel up to 51 miles an hour. I'm pretty sure it could have gone more, but I had set my safety margin to 20% and it kept going off. So hard torquing is definitely out of the question. But what I really wanted to show was this 50% battery. How many miles do you think? 19 miles. Now this says 19 miles, but the EUC World app says 14. So, you know, plus or minus 5, but still, that's, you know, abysmal. Like, what? That's crazy. So I don't understand that. There's obviously something that InMotion needs to figure out in order to accomplish the same, you know, results as Begode. There's a lot they have to learn. There's a lot. But shout out to InMotion. Shout out to InMotion for doing the best they could in a field that they've never been before. I mean, compare that to S22. You know, the Kingsong S22 or S20. Compare that. That wheel is still going through a lot of issues right now. I mean, people are using it to race, they're crashing. I mean, they're cutting out because of over torquing. It's just something that, you know, Kingsong and InMotion has never done, but InMotion really took their time and did something really good. So yeah, there's not much more I can say right now. It's just that my final conclusion on both, and I've had one for a month. I've had this one for like a week, but I've only ridden it today and yesterday. And immediately, you could immediately feel the difference, like 100%. Like I said, I'm very glad I started with the V13. Because this is just a different beast. But I'll tell you what though, I've never had such scary moments as I've had on this one with a selfie stick. The selfie stick on this is insanely scary, whereas on the V13 it's like it's not even in my hand, because again, the V13's weight complements it, right? So I can cut through the heavy winds no problem, but this, I feel like a sailboat with a freaking selfie stick. So wow. This one is definitely more fun. V13, for those of you who have the V13, congrats to you, but I'm gonna have to settle with this. I mean, my love for Bigode went nowhere. It literally went nowhere. This is it. This is it, man. Wow. Would I still get the V13? I don't know why I would get the V13. Well, actually, I do know why. It would be for safety, but I know Bigode. I've had Bigode since the Tesla. You know what I mean? Tesla, MSP, 84 volt MSX. I mean, I've had Bigode for a long time. So I understand what I'm getting into. For those of you who don't know what you're getting into, then, you know, take the risk and all. But you're definitely going to get fun out of it. Definitely. You're not going to be disappointed where fun is concerned. Where safety is concerned, I don't know. I haven't heard anyone, you know, cut out with the Master Pro. So shout out to Bigode, man. But yeah, that's my conclusion. Between both wheels, this is a lot more fun. The V13 is a very safe wheel, but you're paying a lot for very little, because your battery is going to sink. Your battery is going to sink in no time. If you try to keep up with me, not in terms of speed, just in terms of like how far you can go, it's obvious. You know, it's obvious that it's a 4,800 watt hours, but InMotion is going to have to figure that out. They're going to have to figure that out. So, and let's give them good vibrations, right? They'll figure it out. So, guys, it was a pleasure, and ride Bigode. So guys, I pulled over to show you guys just some quick stats. So I hope you can see this. I got 4 bars out of 5. Now it was 3 bars earlier, but it came back up once I stopped. And here's the true statistics. 68% after 30.24 miles. Top speed of 47.9. Honestly, this is easily a 70-mile wheel. Easily. Now, this is riding how I ride. You know what I'm saying? Like, average riding speed, 26.1 miles per hour. Obviously, I slowed down in some traffic and stuff like that. I enjoyed myself. I stopped. I ate a little bit. But this, on a beautiful day, 70 plus, 60 plus degree weather, easily riding at like, you know, 40 miles an hour, you know, here and there, a combination of 40s, 50s, but your average riding speed like anywhere between 25 to 30, easily a 70-mile wheel. Obviously you can push it more, just ride more, you know, conservative. But yeah, man, this is a good wheel. InMotion is nowhere close to that, obviously. Nowhere close. Lovely wheel, guys. Lovely wheel. UC vibes. You got a good wheel, man. You got a good wheel. Wow. I wouldn't sell it. I would keep that for life. What else do you need? The Master, maybe? This is a fantastic wheel. Now, There's one thing I will say though about the suspension, is that it keeps bottoming out, but that's because my guess is it's not fully pumped up, and I'm not sure if EUC Vibes is heavier than me, because I keep hearing it bottoming out. So nothing difficult. That could easily be fixed. Just put some more air in it. He gave me the pump anyway. Remember, I took this wheel from him and did no adjustments whatsoever, so I don't even know what mode it's in. Freaking awesome. Good night, guys.